Hey, thanks for checking out my channel. Today we're going to be painting at the Resort Point Overlook. After, of course, we take a little bit of a hike. As you can see, it's early morning here, late summer, early fall. And what commonly happens in this area is due to differences between the air temperature and the water temperature, we'll get that sort of fog that hangs over the river. So today, we're going to cross Route 611 here, take a short hike, and we're going to paint up by Lake Lenape. My intention is to get two small sketches done, one of the lake, one of the Appalachian Trail. But as you'll see in a few moments, I'll only get one done, and part of it has to do with some of my indecisiveness at the beginning of this session. I tried to check out a small little waterfall just below the parking area and quickly turned around and went back to my original plan. But time lost cost me the ability to meet my goal of making two sketches today. But this little trail at Resort Point Overlook is located just south of Delaware Water Gap Borough. If you're heading down Route 611 south, once you pass the borough, once you pass the Deer Head Inn, very quickly you'll come upon the parking area. There is a scenic overlook which gives you a nice view of the Delaware River, the Route 80 overpass, and the Delaware Water Gap itself. Very convenient, but if you cross the road here like I just did, you'll have access to this trail which will connect directly with the Appalachian Trail. Now, in years past, this trail was much easier to navigate. As you can see here, there's a stream with some small falls and rapids that come down the mountain. Quite nice to walk along or sit by. Perhaps maybe that'll be a painting someday as well. There are some really nice rock formations and fallen trees here to accompany that falling water. It could be a nice painting, but we're going to make our way up this path. It is a pretty steep climb, and there are some pretty challenging areas to navigate. So this would not be a trail for somebody who has mobility issues, issues with balance or coordination, or anybody who maybe is a little less fit than they'd like to admit. You'd probably want to avoid this trail, especially if you're carrying a 45-pound backpack like I am today with all of my oil painting gear. But anyway, we're going to make our way up this hill slowly and carefully. And then once we get painting, I'm going to speed up the film a little bit just to make sure that this stays within a 30-minute total elapsed time video. I want you to know that I do paint for close to an hour, but I want to keep these videos at a manageable length and still give you access to view the process as it unfolds. So I will time-lapse some portions of the video to keep it to a manageable time frame. I'm going to slow it down for a nice conversation I have with some hikers making their way down the Appalachian Trail. So you'll get to hear that. Interesting, you never know who you're going to run into, or ran into a fellow artist who likes to paint in gouache. There's some nice light effects in this little stream here with the blue sky peeking through. That could be pretty neat to paint. And we're going to continue to make our way up this trail. As mentioned earlier, this trail has changed quite a bit due to large fallen trees, erosion, and falling rock, and other changes to the environment. This trail has become a lot more difficult than it had been in years past. I remember some years ago, maybe about 10 years ago or more, hiking up this trail with our toddler and even infant children, and we were able to go right up the trail directly, almost as if we were walking up a flight of steps. But much different now, and actually, in my opinion, this kind of brings a certain wildness to the experience, which is nice. We have fallen trees with moss growing on them. The trail's a little bit overgrown, which is kind of nice. I'm appreciating this hike today. So we're going to go ahead and continue to make our way through. And as you'll see here in a moment, there's a fairly difficult obstacle that we're going to have to overcome. thankfully we'll be able to do it. And it involves using a little bit of an assist from a rope tied to a tree to get up and over a small rock formation, up and over a cliff, if you will. So here you go. We're coming upon the major obstacle that I mentioned earlier. In years past, this was not an issue because the trail would lead you up alongside of the waterfall in a nice, easy incline. But nowadays, we have this. So I have gear with me that is packed within normal size, book bag size backpack, but it's full to the point where it can't zipper up all the way. And then I have an additional drawstring nylon bag that's filled with additional painting gear. And I'm holding my phone on a tripod. So kind of down to one arm. That's why the camera angle is a little awkward here. And I'm pulling myself up while stepping up as best I can, and fortunately made it. So the trail is quite narrow here. You are walking along the edge of a pretty steep decline, or even cliff, some would call it. So you got to be careful. But the good news is we're almost to the top. And here we are. You can see Lake Lenape through the trees there. The leaves are already changing. The early morning light is always beautiful. And we're going to find a spot here where hopefully I can sit down and remember my original intention is to paint a scene of the lake and the trail with a little bit of dappled light. But fortunately today that won't work out, but I can always use this wonderful footage. And so can you. Feel free, if you're inclined to do so, to use any of the footage on my channel. If it helps you in any way create your own artwork, happy to offer that to you. Stick around and you'll see we have a couple of special guests. Not only do we have the hikers, the group of hikers that walk through, you might see evidence of a couple of dogs and maybe a couple of large birds as well. So stick around and keep your eyes peeled. In the meantime, I'm going to go get set up. I'm thinking this is a good spot here off to the side of the trail. Just going to make sure that I have a decent angle and I can see the types of scenery that I'd like, and stay out of the way of any hikers or mountain bikers that might come through. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
You gonna take a picture of the pond?
Gonna paint.
Huh?
Going to paint.
Go. Get away.
Gonna paint.
Oh, you're going to
Yeah.
paint. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh,
Taking a hike?
oh, yeah, just a little one. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a great blue heron.
Yeah, I got some footage of him.
Oh, that's great.
Or her.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, well, very nice. Well, what do you use?
I normally paint in oil paints, but I also do pastel and watercolor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a showing down at the museum?
So I participated in their plein air events, and my stuff's been in there, but I haven't had a show
showing.
myself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But I love that what they do there at the museum. Are you involved at all?
Not very much. I volunteer a couple of times a year to be there. I'm not one of the people who's down there all the time doing everything.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, they do great work supporting the creative community around here. So.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and what's your name?
My name's Tom.
Tom. I'm Edie.
Edie, nice to meet you.
I live in town.
Okay. I live in Stroud Township, not too far away.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll maybe see you on the way back.
You might.
Yeah. Have fun.
Thanks, you too.
Come on, baby.
chilly. Brushes. So when oil painting, the process that is best to follow is to map out the shadow patterns or the darkest areas within the scene. And I am using a mixture of ivory black and sap green. And occasionally in some of my puddles of paint, I will incorporate different blues, including cobalt blue and ultramarine blue as well. And I'm also using a medium that I've been experimenting with. Lots of painters do this, but I'm using a Galkid medium by Gamblin. It does make the paint that you mix into or with the Galkin dry faster. So my hope is that once I lay the shadow patterns in, the main patterns in this scene, that Galkin will go to work and it'll start to tack up, and it'll be easier to cover those sections as necessary with some of the midtones and highlights. So for the remainder of this video, I'm not going to do a lot of talking. You can just enjoy the peaceful kind of setting we're in. And if you're interested, explore my process for painting this scene and enjoy the little bit of banter that I share with some of the hikers that come through. And then we'll wrap up at the conclusion of the video at around 28 minutes. So hope you enjoy.
Morning. Morning.
A little chilly to be painting, no?
Yeah, it feels good.
You
though.
mind if I take a look?
Oh, yeah, sure. Just getting started.
What are you working in?
Oil.
Oil. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I learned all about gouache. I'd never heard. I mean, I'd done art my whole life.
Gouache is
and
pretty
like,
cool.
I'm like, what is gouache? I've
Yeah.
never heard. I never did it in any of my classes.
It's really cool.
So that's why I was asking, you know, because I was
Sure.
like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, recently learned about a similar paint called casein,
Uh-huh.
which is water soluble, just
Yeah.
like gouache, only it has
Yeah.
a milk protein binder.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
really interesting.
Very cool.
There's
Awesome.
never
Yeah, how
any
do you-
shortage, anything to
I-
learn.
I'm
you
like,
know?
how do you do art all these years and not know that? That's cool. You can
Enjoy,
still
man.
find stuff.
Enjoy.
Yeah, have a good day, man.
Thanks. You take care. Purple.
That's about all I can do today. As you can see, some of the dappled light is on my surface. I'm sorry about that. That makes it much more difficult for you to see, but here's a better image. It also tends to darken the painting too, but got pretty close to where I want to be. I may finish this up in studio, or I might just use it as a token, remembering to remember this session. If you like this video, check out this additional video that YouTube might suggest for you uh, by clicking in this area here. Thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful day. Stay well, and hope to see you again sometime soon.